Have you ever wondered if the big Amazon sellers that you see on YouTube ever make mistakes? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the biggest L that I took in 2024 by revealing my worst selling product ever so that hopefully you don't make the same mistakes as me. Welcome back to FBA Unfiltered. My name is Taylor and we are documenting step by step how we're launching this new product on Amazon FBA. It actually just went live earlier this week, so subscribe if you want to see our daily updates on how the product's actually selling. And as you'll see after watching this video, there's no guarantee that this new product is going to do well. We really don't know what to expect, so it is kind of like a live experiment for everyone to see. All right, so let's jump over to my Amazon account and I'll go over the biggest loss that I took last year. All right, so here is the product in question, the #1 flop of the year for 2024 for me. And it's this complete nursing school bundle. It's a bundle of items for nursing students as they go through nursing school. You can see the listing here. It's not terrible. It's not the best. This is probably my least favorite photo. I just really hate this stock image. Look at that. Wah, wah, wah. But the rest of the images aren't bad. I kind of like that. I think the listing is decent. We can scroll down and see some more of the A+ content here. I mean, yeah, it's not the greatest, but I thought it would get the job done for this product. I want to pause really quickly and you can see here that there are a ton of other products like this on the Amazon Marketplace, but that they all have relatively low reviews. With the exception of this one, all these other ads down here have very low reviews. They're all almost the identical price point, and they all contain almost the same exact items. And so let's dive in a little bit more in depth into why I thought I could beat these listings, why I thought I could offer a better product, and why I think my product ended up being a failure. So here I am in Helium 10. This is the magnet tool, and I've searched for the keyword nursing bundle, and you can see that when I was looking through this, a nursing school success bundle has 4,000 searches. This is for a book in particular, but here we go again, nursing school bundle, 900 searches, the complete nursing school bundle, 500 searches, the nursing school bundle, 300 searches. So when I saw this, I was kind of excited. I was like, wow, there's a lot of people searching for this. And when you look at some of these listings, like if we look at this most popular search here, when I think of a nursing school bundle, this is not what I have in mind. These are all just books. It's like one book too. It's not even a bundle of books. These are flashcards. So I was really surprised when I started looking into some of this keyword traffic. Nothing really looked like it fit the bill. This one's a little bit better. This is a first responder setup, not really the same thing, but here's a bundle that's similar to mine. And then you see it's all back to books. So I thought this was crazy. I was like, there's got to be some demand here that's not being met, right? Especially when I saw a product like this. And I looked at this, and as someone who went to nursing school myself, I thought, why would people be buying this? If this is the only thing on offer, I understand, but like this is just full of tape, really. It's got 4 rolls of tape. It's got a ballpoint pen, 1 set of trauma shears. And I thought, why would you want tape in your bundle? That's just silly. When I was in nursing school and we did clinical rounds, the hospital is providing tape and bandages and stuff like that. So I thought, well, that's dumb. Why don't I swap that out with something that would actually be more useful? And what I actually ended up doing was looking up various nursing school required items. So I would go on Google and I would search, my alma mater. I looked at my nursing school program and looked in their student handbook and found the required items that students must have in order to go to clinicals. And I did similar searches for other nursing schools around the country, and they were pretty similar. Most of them had a pen light. Most of them had some sort of scissor or shears. And I thought, well, let's keep looking at these lists, and I can make a bundle based off of the list that actual nursing students are required to have. I thought that was pretty slick. I was like, wow, I'm really onto something here. So that's what you can see I did here. I added, these are Kelly clamps, these are bandage scissors, and then there's also trauma shears. And then I also added a mini Sharpie. These are really handy, as well as this badge reel, a pen light, and a multicolored ballpoint pen, as well as obviously the stethoscope case. And I thought, man, this is a killer bundle. These are all things that I had to buy separately when I was in nursing school. And now here they are all offered together. So I thought that was pretty slick. And really, I thought, wow, I could probably offer this at a way higher price point because I'm offering high quality medical grade stainless steel supplies. And in fact, when you look at all these different items as they're sold individually on Amazon, you'll see that I really did believe that I could offer this product at a much higher price point, at about the $40 price point, more or less. So we see here, just for the stethoscope case, they're selling for around $13. This one's only $8, $16. Here's another one for $14. So I thought, okay, around $15 plus or minus is what you could expect to pay for a stethoscope case. Here's another one. Maybe we could just call it $10. $10 for the stethoscope case. And if you look here, here we have some Kelly clamps or some hemostat forceps, and these sell for around $6 or so as a single. Here's $4. So we could say maybe $5 for the single. So we're up to $15 on our tally so far. When we go to bandage shears, we're again around the $6 price point, more or less. These are 8. So we could say maybe $6 for that. That brings us up to $21. The pen lights are typically offered as a bundle. So we could say maybe $4 or so for a single pen light. That brings us up to $25. The mini Sharpies here are also sold in a bundle. So maybe we would say we could sell one for $3 or something like that. So we're at $28. Similar thing here with the badge reels, maybe around $3 or so for a single badge reel. So that brings us up to $31. And again, with the multicolored pen, maybe we could do $3 for that. So we're at $34. And the trauma shears, we'll say maybe $5 for a single trauma shear. And that would bring us up to $39, if I've done the math right. So we added up all the individual components and we got around $38, $39 for the bundle. And I thought, cool, let's offer this at a higher price point. We have higher quality components. We've bundled them together for people, so it's convenient. And I went ahead and tried to make this, and this turned out to be a huge pain. The thing to keep in mind when you're trying to offer a bundle is that it's going to be rare that one single manufacturer is going to be producing all of these items. And in fact, when I tried to get this manufactured, I was working with 6 different manufacturers, trying to coordinate with them to make whatever component they could make and then send it to another manufacturer who could kind of compile all of the individual components and then package them into a single unit. And this took months. This was a huge, huge pain. And what I ended up doing was finding a sourcing agent. So as opposed to a manufacturer, who's the company that actually produces whatever item is in question, a sourcing agent or a trading company is a company that works closely with various manufacturers, and they kind of bundle everything together. They source it for you and they bundle it for you. So I went that route, which means I paid a premium on top of whatever the cost of manufacturing was for these items to have that bundled together. And once I did that, it was actually fantastic. The company that I worked with is US based. They're incredible, and they had this figured out in like 2 weeks. This took me about 6 months of work up until this point, and they were able to do it in 2 weeks. So that was really, really eye-opening in terms of the efficiency of working with a trade supplier or trading company or a sourcing agent. And that was a cool experience. Definitely learned a lot, and I finally had it put together in a way that I thought looked great. Now, one of the other issues with a bundle is it's going to cost you more to source, right? Let alone the cost, like I said, the premium that you're paying for the trade supplier. You're still putting together, in this case, 8 different items. And so this was a little bit higher ticket item for me to buy, and that meant that I couldn't really get a large quantity. I couldn't really take advantage of, the prices at scale when you order in bulk. I had to order 500 units, and 500 units of this bundle ended up costing me about $17.70 landed. So that was pretty expensive. So when you multiply $17.70 by 500, you get $8,850. So that's just to source the product, right? Then I had to create the listing, which costs another $300 or so to get photography done and to get the graphic design done. So we're looking at right around $10,000 for me to get this all sourced and in stock and get the listing created. Okay, so I was excited. It finally came together. This took months and months of me looking into this, and I really thought that I had a better product on offer than the competition. However, let's look at how this actually did in reality. So here's the product in question, and you can see here, this is my sales breakdown over the last 12 months. You can see it launched in about middle of July last year. And you can see I'm actually down $300 so far since this product has been in stock. So that means I had some unprofitable ad campaigns. There's some other fees in here, like a monthly storage fee that I've been charged while this has been in stock. And then this also takes into account the cost of goods sold. Okay, so down $300, so that's not ideal. And you can see I've actually been trying to sell this off essentially at break even by dropping the price all the way to $27.99. So originally I had this listed at $39.99 and it wasn't making any sales. So I dropped the price almost in half to try to get some sales, and it's still just not selling. So what is going on? Why isn't this selling? Well, I think I've come up with a few theories, and I can break that down really quickly for you. So let's look at this competitor product. So this product is priced below mine, and let's see what what items it has included. It has the tape, it has a pen, it has 2 pen lights, a marker, and some shears. Again, I think the components in my bundle are better, but the customer, for whatever reason, prefers this. And why would that be the case? Well, one thing I discovered was I actually went to one of the nursing schools in my area, and I went to their simulation lab. I went to their lab where students practice with clinical supplies. And what they told me was that they actually do have a list of things that students must buy. However, the school themselves offers it. And the school actually offers a bundle. It was crazy. They gave me the whole printout of all the items that they offer, or excuse me, all the items that they make their students buy. And it was like 40 items. And not only that, but they also are in partnership with various manufacturing companies who donate products to the school, right? So that company is donating products for free so that they get a tax write-off. And now the school can sell the products they got for free to the students. All right. So I'm a relatively small business. I can't compete with free. So that was pretty eye-opening. I think that's one reason why my product isn't selling the way I anticipated, is because the nursing students that I was targeting are already getting a better deal on supplies from their actual school. The second thing that comes to mind for me with all this stuff is I think some of this stuff is actually targeting home health, like home care nurses. So nurses that aren't going into the hospital and are instead going into people's homes to provide private duty care. And I think that's why these kits have tape and why people actually like having the tape or bandages in the kit, which to me didn't make any sense because I was focused on nursing students in the hospital setting where the hospital provides those kind of supplies. But these nurses are actually going out into the community, into people's houses where they don't have those supplies. And that's why they like these bundles that have bandages and tape. If we zoom in more recently and we look at the last 30 days, you can see that I'm right about break even now. So we're getting there. Dropping the price seems to have helped a little bit. And at this point, I'm basically just trying to salvage some of the money. I'm just trying to get back a portion of the 10 grand that I put into this to see if I can get any of that money back and recoup some of my losses. But I think you can see this was a pretty dismal product for me. I kind of misread the customer. I didn't quite understand what they were buying and why. And I kind of misread the market and the options that nursing students have available from their own school, where they are buying things at a deep discount because the school is getting them for free via donations. So I hope that gives you some insight. I think I was a little overconfident with this product. I thought I knew better. As a nurse, I thought I understood nursing students. I looked at what was available and it just didn't make sense to me. And I thought I could offer something that would be more enticing to nursing students, and I was just wrong. I was just flat out wrong. I have to interrupt here really quick because when I was editing the video, I actually realized there were a couple other lessons that I learned that I should have included. One of them was kind of alluded to, and this is the fact that I didn't have a good bailout strategy. At the price point that I purchased these units for, I couldn't drop my price low enough to compete with those products that were selling at much lower prices. As you saw, I've been selling the product at about $27.99, and that's barely break even for me, even though most of the other sellers selling this type of product are selling at the $20 to $25 mark. So that's why it's important when you're thinking about launching a new product to take those other prices into consideration as your bailout buffer. Even if your plan is to launch a premium product, you still want to be sure that you can lower your prices all the way down to the lowest competitors in order to sell off those units at a break-even price and recoup your investment. Now, the biggest lesson that I learned here is related to all the other points that I've made, and that is that I just got overconfident. I had early success with a couple of my first products that I launched on Amazon, which, not surprisingly, I had coaching for. I had mentorship when I launched those products, someone to double check me, someone to question my assumptions, and to make sure that everything really was as good as it appeared to be to me. But with this product, I just thought that I knew better. I really did think that I had this all figured out, and so I just went ahead without consulting anyone to review this product with me. To be completely honest, this is one of the main reasons why I decided to launch my own coaching program in partnership with my former mentor, because I wanted to make sure that we could offer our students continued mentorship after their product launched so that we could help them avoid these same kind of mistakes. So I think the lessons that I learned from this are essentially that even if you think you know better, you really can't afford to have your emotions cloud your judgment. You really need to look at what the customer wants, and you have to give them what they want. All right. You can't assume that they want something different just because you think it's a better idea. You have to look at what's actually selling. You have to look at what's actually in demand, and you have to give the customer what they want. At the end of the day, the customer is always right, and you have to defer to what they seem to be wanting as opposed to what you think they should want. So that's the big takeaway for me. All right, that's it for this video. I hope it was insightful. If it was, please leave a like. If you have any questions about this experience, please leave a comment. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.